Welcome to Kerr 9000's Horror House.
Okay, so the film I'm reviewing here is Tenabre. It's a film by the Italian director Dario Argento, and I'm looking at it because it's on the DPP72 list of banned films, which I've talked about several times. But unlike some of the films on this list which were either prosecuted or just added to the video nasties list, in my opinion this is not a film thrown together just for shock and awe. I actually believe that Dario Argento is a great writer and director. If you look through my reviews on here of horror films, I've reviewed another film of his which is called Demoni or Demons. It was in part written by him. Tenabre is what I would describe as a stalk and slash thriller, an interesting one at that. It stars Anthony Franciosa as an American novelist who goes to Rome to promote his new detective novel. Once there, he finds himself embroiled in a series of grisly murders, as one of his readers starts to imitate the killings from his book. The author is then bombarded with threats as well as pictures from the murders which include, amongst other things, stabbings, garrottings and razor slashings. I find this deeply interesting. Maybe it's because of the fact that I'm an author myself, or because of my interest in the whole video nasties thing, but it basically feels like it's dealing with the idea of whether or not the creator of a piece of fiction has any responsibility for what someone may or may not do because of what he views or what he hears or reads. I think horror works at its best when it plays on people's very deepest fears. Now, I know that not everyone is a writer, but all of us are, in one way or another, creators. We all create ideas and we push these out into the world, be they in the form of a piece of work or in the way in which we present ourselves and the things we say. Our thoughts and our feelings constantly seep out of us, and everyone will at some time worry that these will get us into trouble or cause someone else to say or do something that we don't agree with. That something terrible will grow from the seeds that we have planted. To me, this film is a manifestation of that very fear, and that's what I feel all great horrors are. They're films which bring a fear to life in an interesting way. And that is something I feel Argentino is a master of. Some people have claimed that Tenabre is a sexist film, and I do agree that the killings in the film are almost all inherently sexual. The author's book within the film is all about human perversion and its effects on society. The murders in the film are largely eroticised. 2 women are killed in a state of undress, another being force-fed as she's throttled, and while I do not wish to spoil everything, let's just say that it is penetrating in more than one way. Now, I would give this film a very strong 9 out of 10 rating, and I cannot get across my appreciation for the director of this film any more than I have without fear of spoiling the film, and I think that the film is and was a piece of art. It was wrong that it was banned. It was not a case of violence for violence sake, or gore for the sake of gore. It's a deep story which happens to contain violence. As far as I'm concerned, this is a piece of art, and in much the same way that works of Shakespeare are, if you need to see a good horror film, then watch this. It might be on the DPP72, but it is not one of the films which tries to use gore to cover up a non-existent plot or to try and push a hastily put together piece of rubbish into a profit manufacturing machine. It's actually a brilliant film, expertly crafted, which deserves every bit of attention it has and could ever get. And it's Kerr 9000 signing off saying, keep on watching those horror movies, boys and ghouls.